Hello, my name is Starlight. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and I'm reaching out to all of you beautiful souls out there. I hope you were able to get out in nature somewhere. I know you probably knew what I was going to say before I even said it, but anyway, I do. I hope you were able to get out in nature today somewhere, and in my area, what a beautiful day. Um, in my area, it was 80 something today in my area, so Starlight went swimming. Not exactly at the beach I want to go to yet, but today I did get trying to get some color here, working on getting some color. So anyway, it was beautiful out, and it was really beautiful to see so many people out going swimming. Maybe you like to swim. I encourage you all the time, like to get out in nature. Even if it's not like to go out hiking, hey, bring your family or, or even yourself or friends or whoever to take them out to a lake somewhere. And Starlight definitely prefers a lake or an ocean, really. I'm not a fan of pools. I will go in them, but I'm not a fan of that kind of water. I really rather swim with the little fishies, and so anyway, I know when I did go out today, it's been years that I've gone out, like before I started this year to go out swimming, so I'm really trying to stretch myself to get to where I used to be before, where I used to swim a lot. So anyway, take your kids out. They will love you for it, and I can't say it's absolutely free, because it is really really ridiculous where the land is all of ours, but we got to pay money to go, swimming. I don't know how they do this. I don't know why they do this, but it is the way it is, but that's not what I want to talk to you about today, so I don't want to get too off guard on that. I would have been saying, hey, it's absolutely free. You don't have to pay. But, maybe you can find a place where you don't have to pay any money to go swimming. So anyway, I do love all of you, and make sure you get plenty of water. And I just got freshened up from my day of swimming, so I'm all nice and clean all over again. So tomorrow I can go back out and do it again. No, I'm just kidding. Well, actually, I am. But anyway, if you are new to my YouTube channel, you can find me, and that is at Starlight, Kathy with a K, Dingman. And, if you want to help me, to help other people to be, the versions that they want to be out in the world, to be a greater version of themselves, to be that change that you want to see out in the world, you can help me by liking this video, by sharing this video so other people can get this video, these kind of videos out. There might be somebody out there that could really, they might be wondering what happened to them, because I do know what I'm going to talk about, so really this video could help them to understand, especially if they've been in a hospital. Not only you could share it to a friend or a family, even your pets, sometimes dogs, I don't have any dogs on this video though. Yeah. Dogs and animals are so funny. I love all of them. So anyway, you can share it with your pet. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can bring the notification bell. That way you do not miss any of the videos. And plus, you can leave a message down below the video here. Ding, 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 ding. And if you want to follow me, you can on Instagram, and that is 1995 Starlight, or on Facebook at Kathy with a K, Dingman Starlight. So anyway, I did make a video the other day, and I said that I was thinking about making the other video after that, but I didn't. I ended up, I think I either stopped making videos or I decided to make a different video after that video. So here I am back. And this is for anybody that, might have gone through this. You might have gone through this, or maybe you know somebody you know, that has gone through something like this. And, or maybe you know somebody that's been in the hospital and you didn't know what happened to them, you know. So this is for people that could have gone through this, or, you know, it could be for you that you're not even aware of what a spiritual awakening is. I didn't know what a spiritual awakening was years ago. Now I do. And really, it's not that I'm crazy, you know, it is that I am waking up. So it is not that I am crazy. It definitely had a lot to do with my childhood and my whole life, you know, that caused this spiritual awakening happening. You know, so you might know somebody that had a bad past, you know, with family or friends or boyfriends, girlfriends, or whoever, or strangers, you know, because some people that happens, you know, where a stranger did something horrible to them, or maybe they went and, you know, there's all kinds of sorts of things that could cause, like, at least from my insight on this, I do know somebody that had a spiritual awakening, you know, so abuse can actually cause somebody to have a spiritual awakening, or maybe they went and they did something that they shouldn't have done, but they did it anyway, and it totally backfired on them. It wasn't the greatest decision that they could have made, but they went along and did it anyway, kind of thing. That, you know, where you get involved in something, you're like, I really, you know, like, and it could be that you're dealing with this the rest of your life, where you're like, I wish I just never did that, you know. And so there might be people out there that beat themselves up of something they did a long time ago, and it could have been something they might have did like maybe 3 months, you know. It might have not, they might have not have done it very much, you know, whatever this could be. And I really don't want to name any things right out here right now of what it's like your worst scenario kind of stuff. People, you know, like you know, where it could ruin their reputation when they went and did stuff. Maybe their whole town knew about it, found out about it. Maybe it's something that their family found out about, and they got persecuted for this, you know, doing something that they really should not have done, but they did, you know. And you know, we're all human. We're all, you know, like, capable of making the wrong choices. You know I have in my life. You know, I might have not have gone to that extreme, but I have done, you know, many things in my life that hey, you know, I can't wish that I didn't do it. It happened, you know, and here I am. I'm alive. So anyway, I have a piece of paper here that tells me the date of when this happened is, so let me see, 13, 12, 11, 10. Okay, I have to count backwards here. So in the year of July, and we're going to time travel here, way back here, you know, and this happened, the part of it for my spiritual awakening happened, really part of it started, and I wasn't even aware, I didn't know what was going on with me. It was July 10th, you know, so I was still had my cleaning business, you know, cleaning houses, cleaning for people and stuff like that. And so July 10th, I went to a park right down the street from where I live, and what happened is that I didn't even know that there was an issue with me at the time. I was driving. This is really crazy. I was driving, you know, and then I went to the park, and I had to use the bathroom there. So the weird thing, and it was so weird because I was really well aware of what was going on around me, everything around me, but this was 3 days before July the 13th of 2018. So this is when this spiritual awakening started happening. So anyway, I did notice at the time that this was happening, there was a National Grid truck, you know, right in the parking lot, you know, when I was going through this. And when I parked my car, I, you know, like, might have had the keys still in the ignition. And I found this online, and I just don't know how to look it up, but this is what happened. I felt like I was possessed somehow or another. The strangest, weirdest thing is that I was in my car seat, you know, and I was holding my bladder. I really had to go bad, but it's almost like something overtook my body where I was doing a lot of shaking in my car. Um, Energy, I could feel so much energy going on in my body. I couldn't control my body one bit at all. You know, like I've seen people have seizures. You know, to me, it's almost like I was sitting and having a seizure inside of my car. It was, you know, here right now is July 1st, you know, so it was summertime, you know, so here I am uncontrollably shaking in my car, like really, just like really out of it, and I can't really demonstrate that here. Um, where I'm, you know, like I was aware that this was happening, but I had no control over my body. My head was bebopping all over. My arms were just flapping, and I did find this online. I just can't remember how I looked it up, and I don't have that computer anymore to see the history. I don't even know how long ago, you know, like how I found this, but somebody else, there's other people that went through the same thing. You know, I couldn't believe when I found it online, you know, Googling, how do I look this one up, you know, shaking it, you know, uncontrollably. And so anyway, is I had to go to the bathroom so bad. And so anyway, I was shaking in my car. My, it felt like a really long time, but it wasn't as long, you know, like it might have been not as long as, you know, what I'm thinking really. But, you know, sometimes that happens in life. Sometimes something might feel like it's like in a dream state, you know, sometimes when you have a dream, it felt like, you know, like a long time, you know, but they say, you know, dreams only last so many minutes, you know, when you're having a dream, but then it seems like it just lasted forever. Well, this is exactly what was going on with me with the shaken bit, you know, shaken bit, shaken bit. And I noticed there was people out in the park, not a lot of people at this park at this moment, you know, where there's a couple people playing tennis. You know, I seen them. You know, when I was, you know, like I felt like I was possessed by something. I'm not sure if I was on any medication at that time. It is quite possible because I've been in and out of hospitals so much, and they have put me on so many different forms of medications for a long time. So anyway, the shaking felt like 10 minutes, you know, and you might think, 10 minutes not long. Well, when you're in that condition, it's a long time. It feels like a long time, you know, uncontrollably, and, you know, like I was like, oh, you know, like, I couldn't control my body, but it finally stopped, and, you know, I felt really off, you know, and I had to go to the bathroom. That just made things worse with me needing to go to the bathroom. And a note real quick before I forget is the day of the accident, like days after this, it was an eclipse on a Friday the 13th. So yeah, this here happened on the 10th, you know, and I might have just got done with my cleaning job, so I was driving, you know, so I get, you know, after the shaken part stopped, um, I was trying to open up my car door because I had to get to the bathroom. The bathroom was, there's a wall where I parked. Here's the parking lot. And over this way, you know, I had to go like, I'm not really good with footage here, but I might have had to go like 12 feet to get to the wall, a cement wall. And that cement wall was between the car and between the bathroom, you know, and it's probably another 12 feet after that wall to get to the toilet, you know. They left those unlocked in the summertime, you know, so when I got out of the car, I could barely move. I was like, what the heck? I mean, like, it took me forever just for me to get out of my car seat, out of the door, because otherwise I'm going to pee my pants. I'm at that point. You know, I don't know how it is for guys and girls, how different that is, but man, I am ready to wet my pants. So anyway, I hardly could move. I felt like really weak, you know. I didn't have any energy in my body at all. And, you know, I felt like something was stopping me where I couldn't, like in a dream. Have you ever had a dream where you're running but you can't run? Well, I can't quite walk, you know, and I don't want to have people noticing there's something really messed up with me. I wanted to swear, but I'm trying to correct this, not swearing in these videos, you know, so I'm trying to act normal, but I felt like a zombie trying to get to the cement wall. And I finally, you know, who knows how long it took me to get to the cement wall. And I finally get to the cement wall, and I'm literally stuck on the wall. I can't even move. I am glued to the wall. I couldn't even, and here I am. I felt like I was like, trying to think, like if you, were rock climbing or something, how they're really stuck like that. Well, that's how I felt, but there's nothing, I don't have anything strapped to me, but I felt like kind of glued to the wall, and I couldn't move. I just could not move. I felt paralyzed. You know, that's the best way, you know, and I noticed the National Grid truck. That really bothered me. I really was thinking, there's somebody zapping me from the sky, you know, and causing my body to react this way, you know, like electric or something. I really was tweaked out with the National Grid truck, you know, happened to be right there. You know, somebody might have been on their lunch break or something at this park. But anyway, here I am stuck to the wall, and you know, I felt like if I pull myself off the wall, I could fall and collapse. So I didn't want to do that, you know, but I'm ready to pee my pants, and I'm looking around, and I'm literally, I felt like Spider-Man. I felt like Spider-Man, you know, just glued to the wall, like I got some kind of sticky stuff, you know, stuck to the wall, the brick wall. And so anyway, I barely could move my body, and I could move my head a little bit, so I turned around and I looked, and I'm like, I could see the people over there playing tennis. They don't even see there's something wrong with me. I mean, you know, I'm thinking, like, really, like, if I could call 911, I would have done it at that moment, but I couldn't. I had to go pee. So I'm thinking, is anybody going to even notice that I'm stuck to this wall? But nobody even looked. You know, they were just in their own thing. But I finally was able to unstick myself, you know, and it got better, you know, to get to the bathroom. So I was finally able to get to the bathroom. So this happened. So that was it for that day, you know, and I got back in my car, and I probably sat there like saying, what the, you know, I probably sat in my car maybe a half hour wondering what the heck just happened to me right there. You know, really, what the heck was that all about? So anyway, now we're gonna, now it is Friday, July 13th, 2018, and I had to go to work. You know, I always had a job on every Friday, so I must have got done with work, and I was heading back home. And this is not a very long spiritual awakening. The next one after this will be very long. So I want to get to that one, because that is, I got a couple that happened, two spiritual awakenings that happened in 2022. So anyway, I do want to get to that one. That's why I want to really get this one going. So anyway, on July 13, which was an eclipse, on a Friday the 13th. You know, and I have to say, some of you might be superstitious and all that. I never was, you know. I'm like, my whole life before this time was bad luck, so I couldn't blame it on the mirrors that I broke, really, right? You know, like, you know, they say about the black cats and all this stuff. You know, I never, you know, I knew some people in my life that, you know, I'm like, oh my, they're superstitious, they believe in all this stuff, and I never did. I never wanted to believe in any of that stuff. So I am not a person that's like, ooh, it's Friday the 13th, oh, something bad's going to happen. No, it was an eclipse is what happened. I am very sensitive to it. Like, we're going to be having a full moon, you know, this, you know, coming up in a few days. So I am very sensitive, and like some of these dates, I didn't have the date from the other spiritual awakening, but I realized that a lot of it was because it was near the full moon time, when I was having these, or an eclipse, when I had these spiritual awakenings. And just to let you know, a lot of hospitals and doctors, and police officers are aware that strange things happen near a full moon. So I don't want to talk too much about that, but they are aware that they say the lunatics come out. So anyway, sorry about that. So July 13th, on a Friday, on a lunar eclipse day in 2018, I was heading home, and I felt, like I was coming out of my body. I felt like I was leaving my body. It was hot out, because it's around this time of the year, and I was breathing heavy, and I was driving my car, which is, really, when you're driving your car and things are happening, it's a little tweaked out, and I'm not going to say the whole entire thing. I'm going to, because certain reasons. So anyway, to be honest with you, like I said, the other spiritual awakening is I was in the 5D, and so I did watch a lot of videos about 5D, the fifth dimension and stuff. So I was trying to wrap my brain about this 5D, the fifth dimension and stuff, how this all worked, and my imagination really got carried away about the when the 5D was gonna, like when we were gonna shift into the fifth dimension. At least not everybody, but some of the people were shifting into the fifth dimension. So my imagination was getting the best out of me, waiting for this whole thing as I was watching these videos on YouTube at the time. So anyway, to be honest with you, before this, throughout my whole entire life, I always wanted to get the blank off this planet Earth. Really. My life before was like hell, and then at this point, I was still going through a lot of stuff in my life, like around this time, going through a lot of adjustments, had a lot of questions, wondering what the heck is going on in my life, why did this, what is the universe trying to show me here, really? But I was trying to figure out my whole life. There's something that wasn't making sense in my life, and I was trying to put the pieces together to try to make sense of stuff so I can get healed and have a happy life, and, not to repeat the same stuff over and over again. I had it, really. I really had it. I wanted to get off this planet. I was one of those people that wanted to go to Mars. Send me out of here. Please take me out of here. So anyway, I'm just being real, So anyway, as I was driving, I felt like my body was being pulled out, and I was thinking, oh my, and I read my Bible about Jesus coming back in the clouds, and he's gonna, take his bride back home, take his bride, which is the body of Christ, which is anybody that has received Jesus in their hearts, anybody that actually first repented of their sins, then accepted Jesus in their hearts. And a lot of Christians really were supposed to get baptized after that. I did all of that. I did. I got baptized, not with a sprinkle like some of the religious people out there teach. No, I got dunked, and, to get baptized. So that way I was taking everything serious to follow Jesus. So anyway, I was always waiting for Jesus to come back in the clouds. So I always kind of thought, maybe it's going to be a UFO. Maybe a UFO is going to take me out of here. I was trying to picture, how is Jesus going to take all the Christians back? It's kind of funny, like Noah, he had all those animals and people, in the Noah's Ark, and I'm thinking up in the clouds, like he's going to come back in the clouds. I believe in UFOs. Have been, feel like I've been abducted by them, like aliens and stuff, and I wasn't afraid. I never was, You know, I was so at peace with them. When, if you ever want to watch those videos, I do. I have, you know, like, was I adopted? You know, so some people would agree, yes. I've had many people said yes. You know, so anyway, so I felt like I was being pulled out of my body. I had a hard time breathing. My heart rate was going boom. I mean, out of the, and I, just to let you know, in this year, I just got a lease car, a Kia Forte. It must have been, since it was 2018, it might have been a 2017, you know, brand new Kia Forte, you know, just got it. Maybe a couple months ago, I just got this car on the road. So, anyway, as I was driving, like I said, I felt like I was going to get raptured, which means that, you know, I would get raptured up, you know, like, I don't really know, I'm not going to really quote on this, like, I'm not, you know, because no, bones or blood and all that, you know, like, rise up, you know, it would have been like, I thought like my inner, my soul, my spirit or whatever was going to get raptured out of me, that I was just going to go up because, you know, bones and flesh can't go up like that, like, to get like the rapture, you know, so I thought like I was going to leave my body somehow or another in my car, you know, and here I am going like 70 on the thruway. You know, I don't know what time it was in that day. I really don't know what the record was. And you know, Starlight could have just headed home. I could have, the doctors didn't know this part. I didn't tell them the whole thing that happened. So, I felt like I was going to go home to, get out of here. And I really wanted this. You know, so instead of getting off the exit where I would have gotten off, I stayed on 787, which actually I wasn't going 70, I was going 60. That's the speed limit on that throughway there. So instead of getting off my exit to get to my apartment, I was hoping it was my day. You know, I thought, oh, my prayers have been answered. They're taking me out of here. I can't deal with this anymore. I am done. I was struggling every day around this year, you know, like before this happened. I really had enough. You know, I didn't think I could live another day to dealing with the everyday pressures in my life and hanging on the baggage that I had in my past, you know, like throughout my history, you know, and so really I was looking to get free from this planet, you know, you know, and I always thought my whole life that this planet was hell. Really, people said that there was a literal hell in the center of Earth, and I'm like, no, we're in it now, you know. And then there's other people that would say, oh, you know, don't you want to stay here? You know, like the Jehovah Witnesses believe that this is heaven right here, and I was taught differently. No, it's not. This is not, believe me, this is not heaven right here. But now my whole thought process is different. My whole belief system is different now, you know, so I don't believe the same thing I believed when I was younger, you know. So anyway, went past my exit, and I went to the area that I don't like, because when you go past my exit, that's when the traffic gets really bad and crazy, and I don't like going that way. I didn't even, I had a Bluetooth in there, but I didn't even know where to go, you know. I just kept going because I didn't have my GPS set. You know, it was the kind that you could talk and, you know, I could have told my GPS where to go. Sounds kind of funny. And anyway, I'm not going to tell you the whole thing, but as I was going down the thruway, I really did. I felt like I was being raptured out, pulled out of my body. And like I said here, brand new, nice, beautiful car, you know, and doing expensive payments for that baby every month, you know, because I was doing good financially at this point to be able to do those payments, you know. So anyway, as I was going on the thruway, there was a tractor trailer that had a bunch of cars, one of those that carry, they transport a bunch of brand new cars. And so anyway, somebody saw me on the thruway, and it was they told the police officer about this after this happened. Is they saw me unconscious in my car, and I ended up hitting like a guardrail on the side of the road on this throughway right over here. So that throughway, and so it was really hot. I was so hot, and like I said, my heart rate, I really had a lot of hard times breathing, like I did. I felt like I was being sucked right out of my body. Um, and so anyway, I ended up hitting the guardrail, and I believe the person that saw me before the crash saw that I looked like I was out of it. So he ended up seeing me crash into the guardrail, and I was sweating as can be, like really bad. And so I did hear the car hit. I heard it scrape. I didn't know what was going on. I felt like I really wanted to get the heck out of here, off this planet. And so anyway, the man pulled over behind me wherever. I don't even know how this. I'm just guessing on this part. Is that he saw me, crash into the guardrail, and like I said, I was so super hot, and he had a cloth somehow or another, and somehow not, he had water with him, and he was very sweet. I remember hearing him. I never got to see what he looked like. My eyes were shut, and so I had my seatbelt on, everything. How was I going to get raptured out anyway? So like my seatbelt was on. You know, um, so like I kind of wished it was off, really. If I could have backtracked that up, but Starlight does wear her seatbelt, so because maybe I would have been out of here, I thought I was finally getting my prayers answered, and so he asked me if it was okay to dab me because I was sweating really bad. And, I said okay, and he must have called 911 to get the trooper out to me. And, yeah, the trooper came to my window, to ask me questions, and so it is really interesting. I went in there on July 13th, and they brought me to a hospital, of course. I didn't feel anything wrong with me. Like I didn't feel any pain in my body at all. Nothing, the car, though, was totaled. So yeah, so anyway, the car got totaled, and I was in the hospital, put in the hospital. I had cleaning jobs that I was supposed to go to out after the weekend, so I missed work from July 13th to August 2nd is when I actually finally got out. And so when I did get out, I'm just going to kind of let you know what happened, the after effect. I had no car. Gone. Totally gone. All my cleanest stuff, everything was in the car. I had a person that I thought was a friend. He was kind enough to, like he was in shock what happened, so he wanted to help me because I had no way to get to the car. They were going to auction a brand new Forte, beautiful car, loved it. So now there I was after the fact, had no car to get to work. How was I going to go to work? So that was it has been really hard being in and out of that's why my cleaning business never got to where it should have gotten, because I was always in and out of the hospital. It really ruined my business. For a cleaner, I've had a lot of people leave me because I was in and out of the hospital so much, where it really messed up their life with me being in and out. They couldn't really depend on me when it came to showing up for work. There's times that I was so messed up in work I mean, in the hospital, that I was so emotionally messed up, wasn't thinking clear, didn't call them up, I just didn't know how to handle the whole situation because I was under so much shock, like what was going on with me. And so anyway, after that, I am not kidding, I was so stressed out when I got home, not realizing, like I had a cleaning business. Now how am I gonna, like how am I gonna live? How am I gonna make money? How am I gonna pay my bills? How am I gonna, like, everything? My whole world just caved in right there. I mean, like, not the first time it caved in, but it definitely caved in on this spiritual awakening where, especially the brand new Kia Forte, loved it, nice black car. It's sad, with my car when the guy helped me out to get stuff. Either the guy that towed the car or where they brought the car at the auction place where they're going to auction it. People stole stuff out of they stole my GPS, a brand new GPS system. They stole other stuff out of my car, brand new stuff that was in my car. They left my vacuum cleaner and my cleaning supplies. I just was, like they didn't even know if I died or not. And here there's people out there that were stealing stuff out of my brand new, smashed up, totaled car. I believe I got pictures. I might be able to find them somewhere to show you the car. I took pictures of it. I just was in shock. The damage of the car. So after that, I was really, I was at a low state of mind, really. I was on Facebook trying to reach out to people to see if anybody would donate any money. I didn't have money for a car. All my money was going into that car to pay for it every week, and I lost all that time with work. I couldn't get to work. I had some people that were so sweet that they actually picked me up and brought me to their house and then dropped me back off. But that didn't happen a lot. And I was so desperate at the time, I had no clue how the heck I was going to get myself out of this mess. And so what I did, I was trying to really think how the heck, it's not like I'm a lazy person. Absolutely not. I'm a worker. I'm one of the best workers you can actually hire for a job. I will freaking show up other people. I am a worker. And so it was like I had great qualities, always showed up on time and everything like that about being a great worker. And so it wasn't that I was lazy and there was no way I was going to go to the government for any help. And I actually was writing a note here out of cardboard. I was going to walk down the street because they do it down the street where I live. And I was going to find a spot and just, have a sign. I had no clue what the heck I was going to do. I had black marker, had the sign already made. And I'm like, oh, how am I going to do this? Neighbors are going to see me out there standing there with a sign. I had no clue what the heck how I was going to make it, how I was going to survive, how I was going to get my rent paid. How was I going to, am I going to lose my cleaning business that I worked so hard to get? So really, my whole world was caving in. And so then when desperate comes to desperate, what I ended up doing is I went around to some people that I knew, like some friends, actually 3 friends at the time, and I went to my son, and I started asking if I could borrow money. If I could get money to get a car, I could get my business back going, get some money back, and and be able to pay all these people the money that I borrowed, and it worked out. I was able to borrow money from my son. I borrowed so much from him. Like my old boss, I borrowed so much money from him because he told me before if I ever needed anything. And I'm like, hey, Starlight needs something right now. We're at a, crisis moment here. And he was so sweet. He let me borrow money. Another friend that I, was really close to before COVID, I borrowed, he had a lot of money. I borrowed money from him. He knew I was a good friend. And the guy that helped me go to the car, I borrowed money from him. So, like, every week I was working so hard to pay every single person back all that money. It took me more than a year, not only to pay all these people, these 4 people that were so kind of let me borrow the money. I had an ambulance bill that was like a lot of money. And then I had to pay for stuff on the old Kia car that I had before that because I went over the miles. So I had so much money going out of me. So I didn't really go and spend my money. It really, all that money really was saving it. And here I would pay this person so much this, and I had a piece of paper to keep track who I owed money to, how much I gave them, you know. So I was able to pay everybody. I got to pay the ambulance people because they were immediately going to send me to the Better Buell business people to, and I didn't want that, you know. I was like, great, you know, so I was paying them $50 every month. I'm like, you're going to have to deal with $50 every month. That's all I can give you. I owe all these other people. I got to pay for my rent. I got to pay for all my bills. But you know what? I did it. I freaking did it. You know, it might have took me a year and a half of scraping every penny I could to actually pay all these people, you know, and they were so patient, so good with me. But that is my spiritual awakening that happened July 13th, 2018. So I will be not right away because I already just had a other spiritual awakening. So I have one. That is going to be, that video there is going to be a lot. You know, I'm going to have to break that video up. I don't even know how many videos it's going to take because I had two things happening in 1 month. So that might be, I might just do because I had two separate things, two different dates. I don't have the date on the one, but it had to happen maybe a couple of weeks before the other one. So we're getting to the juicy stuff. When we get to that one, Starlight's gonna, I'm telling you, you'd be so, there's some really whacked out crazy stuff that happened in that one. The first one and my last one were the craziest, off the charts, spiritual awakenings I have ever had. So anyway, I'm sorry I did go over my time, but hey, at least I got it finished. It's done with, and I got the story done, and I did get back on my feet and got, what do they say, pat the dust off your feet, and get, I had it back out and did it all over again to get my cleaning business back in shape, So anyway, I really hope you like this video, and there's people that definitely could use this. They might have gone through something. If you know anybody that's been in the hospital or gone through some crazy whacked out stuff, or maybe you even seen like, what the heck, you might have thought they were on some kind of funky drug, maybe you thought that what are you on? Maybe you're on LSD. I don't know. LSD can make you do some crazy funky stuff, that's why I mentioned that drug. I've never been on heroin. Thank God on that, because really I'm glad I never, I've been on crack, never went through anything crazy like that, so LSD is one of the things that I have experienced that, funky stuff happens to you. You see things that aren't there and all that stuff. So anyway, you can like this video, you can share it with somebody that could really use it, with your family, friends, or even your pet. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can ring the notification bell, and you can leave a message down below. And also, if you want to follow me, you can on Instagram at 1995 Starlight, or on Facebook at Kathy with a K, Dingman Starlight. So the next one will be like the first, the first and the last. They are bonkers. They are real bonkers. I got a lot of kicks out of both of them. They were really, really funny in a way. I did some funny stuff in those ones, so I can't wait to tell you what happened in those ones. And I don't know, it will probably just be for adults for the one, because it will be on some of the things that Starlight said during a spiritual awakening. So anyway, I do love all of you. I hope you enjoy. And hey, when you see the next one coming up, you'll definitely have an earful, really, of the crazy stuff that can happen to people. And it's not that I'm crazy. I'm just waking up to really, and that will get more explained in the next spiritual awakening of what it can do to you. Wow, yeah. So I'm all excited for that one. I don't want to wait too long, so I'm going to have some videos in between. And that one will be coming out really soon. And I know I have somebody out there been waiting for these, and I've been so slow about doing it because, I was trying to get that date for the other one. So anyway, I do love all of you. This is Starlight. Love and light. Peace.